Is it 6 o'clock? All right. Let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Here.
Gustafson,
Here.
Perry,
Here.
J.R. Smith.
Here.
Ms. Brabner's participating remotely, and Mayor.
I am here. Our invocation and pledge will be led by Council Member Carl Gustafson. If you'll please rise.
To do good. Father, in the coming days, there are challenges and the decisions to be made. Help us make the right decisions and face those challenges head on, knowing that you are with us. Thank you again for the many blessings. Amen. In Jesus' name. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Carl. Turn that down. Yeah, a little bit of a delay. I ask for the approval of minutes of the previous meeting, work session, June 21st, 2021. Regular meeting, June 21st, 2021, and the special work session, July 1 of 2021. Are there any corrections? If not, they stand approved as written. Reports of committees and officers. Ms. Gaines?
No report, sir.
Mr. Connor?
No further reports from the work session, but I do have one additional agenda item that we'll need to take up at the end of new business, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Chief Barber? Mr. Lee? No report. Mr. Patterson?
No report, Mayor.
That's great. Y'all doing good work. Public participation. If you'd like to address the council, now is your time. All right. No announcements today. No old business or no new business. I'd like to present ordinance number 588, 2021. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Spanish Fort, the Baldwin County Commission, and the Planning Commission of the City of Spanish Fort concerning the exercise of subdivision regulations within the planning jurisdiction of the City of Spanish Fort. Mr. Connor.
Mayor, do note for the record that our firm also represents the Baldwin County Commission, and so we do have a technical conflict of interest. However, at this point in time, there's been no disagreement amongst the parties. In the event that rises, you need to retain outside counsel to address that. For the purpose of this meeting, though, to let you know that this is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Spanish Fort, the Baldwin County Commission, and the Planning Commission of the City of Spanish Fort concerning the exercise of subdivision regulations and subdivision jurisdiction within the planning jurisdiction of the City of Spanish Fort. The legislature of the state of Alabama in the last session adopted Senate Bill 107 that changed the boundaries and requirements regarding the regulation of subdivisions in the extraterritorial planning jurisdictions of municipalities. This proposed agreement is an effort to bring those new amendments to the regulations, which include amendments to 115230 regarding subdivision regulations under the Code of Alabama, and 114010, the size and location and powers under your police jurisdiction into conformity with existing law. As we mentioned earlier, we've had some discussion with representatives from the county regarding a proposed map as well as regulations going forward. It is our understanding, based on those meetings, that they will be taking this to County Commission work sessions for discussion and will report back to you all as to how they wish to proceed, at which time it'll be brought back up for consideration either on your regular meeting or a special meeting, and it'll also have to be approved by the Planning Commission as well.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion on this item? As Mr. Connor spoke, there'll be no action taken tonight. We're waiting for the county to give us some basic insights on where we're going with this and what we're going to do. So it'll be on your next agenda or at a meeting to be announced later. I'd like to present ordinance number 589, 2021, an ordinance annexing certain property in the corporate limits of the City of Spanish Fort. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, Bayshore Oil, Inc. has requested the City of Spanish Fort annex its property into the corporate limits of the city, conditioned upon B4 zoning being approved for the property. This ordinance is, attached to this ordinance is an annexation petition, the legal description of the property, and a map showing its relationship to the corporate limits of the city of Spanish Fort, and there will be a subsequent ordinance at this meeting related to the pre-zoning and zoning of that property.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? This is the first reading and will be on your next agenda for July 19th. Moving to ordinance number 590, 2021, an ordinance annexing certain property to the corporate limits of the city of Spanish Fort. Mr. Connor?
And Mayor, I forgot to say that that is Lot 1 of a Spanish Fort Cantina subdivision, which is located at the corner of Highway 31 and Stagecoach Road near the Dollar General that's being constructed in that area. This annexation petition is for Lot 2 by Collins Enterprises, LLC. The copy of the petition is attached as Exhibit A. The legal description and map are attached as well, showing its relationship to the corporate limits of the city of Spanish Fort. They propose to build a Spanish Fort Cantina restaurant on this piece of property. It is also conditioned upon pre-zoning, and they've requested B3 zoning for this property, and it will be also subject to a subsequent zoning ordinance later in the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council?
Just one question. There is no map attached to 589. If I look back at the map, there was an Exhibit 1 behind the last agenda item. So is that hashed area both lots? That's the whole subdivision? Both are included in that one hashed area?
If you look at ordinance number, the petition attached to ordinance number 589, 2021, it's a separate petition that was behind it because it got signed this afternoon.
Exhibit 1 is a separate.
Yeah,
Next section.
Basically both parcels.
that's right.
Next section. What?
Thank you.
You'll see the smaller Lot 1 in the corner of 31 and Stagecoach Road. And then if you look at the next one, you'll see Lot 2 that kind of surrounds it.
No, sir, I don't see that in my packet. That's my question. I've got Lot 1 on that Exhibit 1 there.
Let me ease over there too and see if I can show you.
Okay. I don't have that map right there.
It should be attached to your ordinance.
And here is 589.
That's spatial. 590.
Yeah, look at
Okay. It's tied on to the next ordinance.
So Lot 1 would be annexed from Bayshore Oil under the first ordinance, and Lot 2 from Collins Enterprise would be under the second ordinance.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? This item also will be on July 19th agenda. Moving to ordinance number 591, 2021, an ordinance amending ordinance number 5196 of the city of Spanish Fort, establishing the zoning classification of certain property as B4 major business district. Mr. Connor?
Alabama Code Section 11-52-85 authorizes municipalities to pre-zone property that is subject to annexation into the corporate limits of the city. And basically, they have to follow the same procedures you would follow for zoning or rezoning property inside your corporate limits in accordance with the code and your ordinance. Therefore, the Planning Commission held a public hearing on June 14, 2021, and forwards to the City Council a positive recommendation to pre-zone or zone this property to B4 Major Business District. This property is located again at the corner of Highway 31 and Stagecoach Road, and they propose to construct a convenience store, gas station on that property.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion on this item? Yes, Mary?
Will these businesses have access onto 31, or will there be like a service road off of Stagecoach?
Chester, I believe it's both, isn't it? It is both, Mary.
Okay.
Any further discussion? This is the first reading. I'd like to announce that we have a public hearing to be held August the 2nd, 2021, to hear any comments in opposition to or in favor of the proposed ordinance. I'd like to present ordinance number 592, 2021, an ordinance amending ordinance number 5196 of the City of Spanish Fort, establishing the zoning classification of certain property as B3 General Business District. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, the Collins Enterprises LLC has requested that this property also be pre-zoned in accordance with Alabama Code Section 11-52-85, and that the property be zoned B3 General Business District. I believe their plan is to construct a Spanish Fort Cantina, not Spanish Fort,
Okay.
Cactus Cantina, restaurant, Mexican restaurant on this piece of property. It's Lot 2, and it's adjacent also to Stagecoach Road and 31. This Planning Commission held a public hearing on June 14, 2021, and forwards a positive recommendation for this pre-zoning request.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? I'd like to announce that we'll have a public hearing on this item August 2nd, 2021, to hear any comments in favor of or opposition to the proposed ordinance.
Is that August 2nd, you said?
August 2, yes. I'd like to present Resolution 1156, 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for street resurfacing of portions of Cora Slocum Drive, Lackawanna Court, Rhett Drive, and Tanager Lane. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this resurfacing project was bid out, and the lowest responsible bidder was Asphalt Services, Inc., in the amount of $145,335.
$154, not one.
I'm sorry, $154,335. A copy of the notice of award and proposed contract is attached to the agreement, as well as a notice to proceed.
I will say this, we budgeted for this item this year a little bit higher than that number, so these numbers are great. I was really surprised with the price of oil that they came in below what we thought they would, so I was very pleased with that. Any other discussion on that item? Do I have a motion to adopt?
Make a motion to adopt Resolution 1156, 2021.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
yes,
J.R. Smith,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, resolution is adopted. I'd like to present Resolution 1157, 2021, a resolution disposing of surplus property. And Mr. Connor, watch how you put it this time.
Liability issues here.
You're live.
Alabama Code Section 11-43-56 authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. It's been determined that there are 3 Chevrolet Tahoes, 2015, and 1 2016 Chevrolet Tahoe that are no longer needed for municipal public purposes and may be in questionable repair.
Can we also add that the parts may not all be there?
That's right. And this resolution authorizes the mayor and the city clerk to dispose of that personal property in the method it deems necessary.
Any discussion from the council? Chief is ready to get rid of these vehicles. I think he's taking all he can get off of them. This is the first reading of this resolution and will be on your July 19th agenda. Moving to Resolution 1158, 2021, a resolution appointing a municipal judge for the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama. And I'd like to recognize our judge, Judge Rose, out there. Thank you for all you do, sir. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this resolution would appoint Derek C. Rose as municipal judge. It's a reappointment. He's been serving for some period of time. This term would be from beginning on July 2021 and shall be for a term of 2 years or until his successor is appointed and qualified in accordance with the city's ordinance and applicable state law.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion from the council? I'm sorry to disappoint you, Judge, but we're just introducing this tonight. It will be on our next agenda the 19th, but it's always good to have you here. You like to say a few words?
Thank you all so much for reaffirming my commitment to Spanish Fort.
each and every one of you. And I just wanted to say it's been my distinguished honor to serve as municipal court judge for the city of Spanish Fort for the past, I guess it's been 4 years now, since June of 2017 when I was named interim judge, while we unfortunately had to wait for Jim Roberts to decide whether he was going to continue on, and ultimately in his passing. But I just want to thank all of y'all for your confidence in me. And I just wanted to point out that we've gone through some changes here in the last several years. A new chief, new clerk, a new municipal court clerk. So things have still run smoothly with all the changes that we've gone through. And hopefully we can continue that for at least the next 2 years. So thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you all you do.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, this will be on July 19th agenda. We have one more item of business. Mr. Connor, if you lead us there.
Mayor, in the opioid litigation that is ongoing, Purdue Pharma is one of the defendants in that litigation, has filed a bankruptcy pleading in the bankruptcy court for the Southern District of New York. The parties involved, creditors, local government entities, plaintiff steering committee, everybody that has a potential interest and has been negotiating a proposed reorganization plan as part of that bankruptcy case. This motion we've been asked to, the City Council's been asked to either approve or reject the proposed plan. And so this motion would be to approve the Chapter 11 plan of reorganization in connection with that certain bankruptcy case styled in Re Purdue Pharma LP et al., case number 19-23649, Bankruptcy Court, Southern District of New York, subject to the mayor's approval, and to authorize the mayor, staff, and city attorneys to execute any and all documents and take any and all action deemed necessary to effect and or confirm the city's vote in favor of the plan.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion? I know, Mary, that's probably caught you a little flat-footed. Did you have any questions on this one?
No, David called this afternoon.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Any discussion from the council? Do we have a resolution number, or what are we doing here?
It's just a motion.
Just a motion? Do we have a motion to adopt?
I make a motion to adopt the reading Mr. Connor just did on the pharmaceutical.
I have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kurt Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
J.R. Smith,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, this is approved. Any other business coming before the council tonight? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.